Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome to the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a kind of exploration mystery game, where you use your supernatural powers to reenact crime scenes, and also because it looks really cool.
Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
So, like the title says, we're looking for Ethan Carter. Oh. That's not good. I guess I'm trying to piece together like an overall picture in a quite literal sense. I feel like there's another trap around here. Yep. Yeah, see? So we got another piece of the picture there by looking at the second trap. I believe there's probably one more. Just gotta find it. Right there. Still missing one piece. Wonder why they would need to set up traps so close to a railroad like this. Oh, huh. I thought this was a natural barrier, but apparently I do actually have quite a bit of control of where I can go. Seems I'm having a vision, or I've been transported to this area. Bones. Some kind of drawing on the back, a burning house, a burning forest. That's easier to read. Sap. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest. But the old man wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink.
Ethan, I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Bones are gone. Let's see. One dead in a house fire. Family of 6 was asleep. Carter. Gail Carter. A cigarette. I guess Ethan's grandparents. Makes me wonder if that story wasn't one Ethan wrote, and it was based off of, or had some allusions to what actually happened to his grandparents in the fire. So what I'm wondering, is this place supernatural in itself? Like, I'm obviously supernatural, but is this island, like, stuck somewhere in some metaphysical plane, and Ethan Carter wandered here somehow? Let's take a little detour. That's a real nice view. Bridge closed. Do not enter. Unless you're some kind of main character of some video game. Spoke too soon.
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
Due to the state of the bridge and the rust on the railroad tracks, even if this place wasn't metaphysical, it's already long far gone. Possibility Ethan's dead. I'm some kind of ghost detective, I suppose? Receiving like maybe last words or things from people who've passed, wanting me to solve the mysteries of their passing or murder or however they left this mortal coil. I think the game wants me to find a crank. Yeah, I didn't think this thing worked. If there's blood on that train car, it means it was working at some point. Unless that too is metaphysical blood. And it represents the fact it was used in a murder. This is a really pretty game. Cut ties. Was someone tied to a railroad track? Like some kind of... some dastardly villain with a mustache just came out here and tied Ethan to the track and murdered him? On trail. Legs are too big to be Ethan's. I'm gonna have to say it. This guy's half the man he used to be. So we gotta reassemble this scene. Can't tell if... No, there's no way he crawled himself over there. Had to have been dragged there after murder. Real car. I'm gonna need to go find that crank now. A rock. Rock had blood on it. Some kind of murder weapon, maybe? Tricky bugger. Alright, this should get this thing moving backward. Back to the crime scene, where we can probably reconstruct the crime. Alright. Gotta hold it down. Choo-choo train, take me back, capture the guy. Let's see. Real car. I've got to line it up here. So let's see. We should have all the pieces together now. Well, now we're missing something. Oh, I know. The rock. One of the cool things is that I figured out is... there actually are clues about what to do. Aside from piecing together the actual incidents, you do get those little kind of floaty text, and if you line them up and then hold your mouse key, it will give you like a vision of where your item is. So that's how I found the crank. Revealed your secrets to me, half-man. So it looks like we've entered some kind of astral realm. I guess to help me solve the case. Despite him calling it a case, it doesn't really feel like a typical detective case. It's more like a conspiracy. Or more of a X-Files episode. Ethan. This guy tried to murder them. So at some point he lost his legs, got the tables turned on him. Got hit over the head with a rock, which he pulled from over here. I'm kind of amazed he was able to drag himself this far. So I gotta tag it in order of events happened. So he's over here. That means he tied up Ethan first. Right. And then he came over here. To start working on the train. During this guy gets the rock. While he's filling up the train with some gasoline, he comes up behind him, bashes him over the head, puts him on the tracks. By the time he wakes up, he's too groggy, he's too weakened, gets hit, loses his legs. Crawls over here. Ethan confronts the body and the old man. He's very insulted by the old man's use of puns and feels like he deserves some more respect. Ethan assumingly takes off with the pun usage, and then the old man sticks around so that way he can mock this guy with more puns.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is, now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home.
That's a hell of a way to go.
Ethan, run, goddammit! Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
So the Carter family, the story revolves primarily around the Carter family. It seems they were caretakers on this island for an estate of some kind, and the members of that estate didn't want to come back to this island and stay on here to claim the estate, which was in the rules, because of something weird going on. They do bring up the fire, and the fire killed the grandmother. And I guess he mentions that when he grabs the rock. Mentions her name.
Grandpa?
And he came down here.
Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan,
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
So he came down here and discarded the crank.
Whatever had turned Ethan's family against him, the grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience, because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
So there's something, aside from my supernatural abilities, if I'm not supernatural myself, like a ghost detective or some gimmick like that, it seems there's something odd with this place. And I'm thinking maybe it's like a Twilight Zone episode. Not just in writing theme and style, but a bit like the one with the kid who was psychic and was basically like God. So maybe he's the sleeper and Ethan rebelled against such control. Possibly. I don't think there's anything over there. Could be wrong. The other possibility is this is actually a Lovecraft story. And this is, like, you know, one of those towns, like Innsbruck. I think that's what they used to call them in the stories. And the sleeper, you know, is some other elder being or something. It could be a multitude of things. It could even just all be a giant red herring. Could be nothing supernatural at all. But at this point, it is way too early to say. All we know is Ethan Carter has vanished. Also that this place is very pretty. I think it's kind of interesting they made it such a kind of detective exploration-ish kind of game. Usually you imagine a detective game in a very constrained location, like a room or a crime scene. But, while this is not true open world, like looks like there's some linearity to it. There does feel like a degree of freedom, like...
No trains have been through here for a long time. That was part of a pattern. Large pieces of this country were thrown away, doomed to become, and then remain, the worst versions of themselves. Beneath all that rot, dark things grow.
But, it's kind of interesting to just have kind of a more open mystery like this. I'm kind of curious how much time has passed, because it really looks like things are just kind of worn out, but soundtrack is nice too. Looks like there could be some things down there, but I'm kind of really curious about this town I see at the end here. I think we're gonna go over that, because I might find some clues of what's happened here. This is such a comfy place to live. Look at that house down there. No, that's not a house, that's a, I forget what they bloody call it. It's a water mill or something like that. But real pretty. Very nice place. If it wasn't for the murder stuff, you know, and possible mind control. This is actually one of the more prettier games I've played. It's kind of like what Skyrim should have looked like. So let's see what we have here. Couple of buildings. One of them looks like a lodge or a hotel of some kind. Especially if the way it's situated here, this could have been like a travel spot. Checkpoint. But we'll check out this house. It's closer on the trip and it's a little bit interesting looking. And it, like most of this place, is very comfy. I would love to live here. Probably terrible internet speeds, though. Ugh. Yeah, it's funneling the water out of the dam. I'll read that note in a second. Let me look around first. Place is run down. Time has definitely passed here. Either that or Ethan's right and things aren't what they seem. And I have actually no idea which way the plot's gonna go. Let's see, note. I invoke the Boneless One, the one of voids, destroyer of ships, and he who is feared by the winds. Hear me. Great Minister of Folklore, I wish to make a pact with you to confound my enemies and protect my possessions. Use the doors of confusion to cloud their judgment, seal the path for falsity and guile, and permit only those who can discern every true interior to pass. That's kind of interesting. Does definitely imply something's bigger at work. Especially when notes can, you know, summon weird doorways out of nowhere. So, that's it for part 1 of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. So far, this game has me really intrigued. I have no idea where the plot's going. Something's kind of really weird going on. But the kind of detective gimmicks and the little text floating around and piecing the scenes together and kind of puzzle thing going on, I think that's pretty cool. But I've only played barely anything in this game, so we'll see how that holds up over the span of this entire mystery. Anyway, so thank you all for watching and stay tuned for part 2 of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.